I stuffed a rice ball into the dead man's mouth, then soaked a paper ball in sticky rice water, and plugged both of his ears. After that, I covered his eyes, nose, and mouth the same way. Once all his facial openings were sealed, I placed a cloth boiled in vinegar over his chest and abdomen. This rice ball autopsy method is one of my specialties, used specifically to test whether someone was poisoned. 2 hours later, I removed the rice ball from the dead man's mouth and was shocked to see its surface had turned black. The cloth covering his chest and abdomen showed the same discoloration. This confirmed he had indeed been poisoned, and Jack's death meant his inheritance would be redistributed, which also suggested the killer was very likely among these people. At that moment, I found a red smear hidden in the hairs around Jack's neck. It was a special kind of lipstick, a type only owned by the second uncle-in-law, John, so he instantly became the prime suspect. At first, John tried to argue and deny everything, but once the evidence was presented, he had nothing left to say. Right after that, his wife also confessed. The couple admitted that because they were unhappy with Kevin's inheritance plan, they sneaked into Jack's room last night and strangled him to death. With their signatures, the case seemed to be settled, but something still felt wrong to me, because according to their confession, Jack barely resisted while being strangled. Instead, he held his stomach with both hands. That clearly didn't match normal human instincts, so I decided to perform another autopsy. Just then, the elders of Kevin's family arrived. They originally came to supervise Kevin's burial ritual because his family had an ancient rule. Anyone over 60 had to willingly be buried alive to avoid being a burden to their descendants. Even though the family was wealthy now, the rule had never been abolished, but after hearing about Jack's death, the elders immediately performed a verification and announced that the clan rule had been revised yesterday. If the heir died, the elderly would no longer have to be buried alive, which meant Jack's death actually made Kevin the biggest beneficiary.